Hello, Ecamm Fam, and happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Welcome to Ecamm Network News and Entertainment. My name is Anna Hill.
And I'm Fuljens, Henry.
And today we have your favorite news in the world of Ecamm and also what's happening for Thanksgiving. Where the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, details about that. But we also have an amazing guest today.
Yes, we have none other than Leslie Samuel joining us live in the studio a little bit later on.
Yes, and you are all going to love him. We're going to be talking about Ecamm from what? Ecamm 1.0?
Right. Leslie at Ecamm 1.0.
So he's going to tell us about Ecamm 1.0. But before that, let's say hello to the fam and see what's going on.
Yes. Dan is here. Hello,
Dan.
Good to see you here.
¿Cómo estás?
Rainy Cajun.
Rainy Cajun Roy.
Aubrey is here. Good to see you here. Awesome.
We have our amazing Paul.
Mr. Moderator is in the building. Preaching of the gospel. Hello. Good to see you here.
George
Canellis. Good to see you. Awesome.
Yes.
Good to see you as well.
Richard.
Hello.
Yes.
Fam is tuning in. Good to see you all.
Love it. So everyone, let's start hot and heavy with the OpenAI news. I woke up this morning. I know this happened on Friday, but I woke up this morning and the CEO of OpenAI got let go.
Mm-hmm. And got picked up by Microsoft.
Yes, but the thing about that, I don't know if you guys knew, right? Because I just learned that this morning, that Microsoft was one of the big investors in OpenAI. So they were like about a 13 billion investors in. That's it, and they didn't know about it. They didn't know that they were gonna let go of Sam. So this is hot stuff in the world of AI. Right? And the reason why they were saying that they let go of Sam was because they felt the board felt that he was moving way too fast. Now, do you think it's moving way too fast?
Yeah, but I don't know why so what is it that they want to do now? They want to just...
I don't know.
And the next CEO that comes in is going to be under their control and slowing things down. I don't understand.
I mean, who knows? But do you guys think that OpenAI is moving too fast? This was last year. Last year, OpenAI just came out with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Now we are in ChatGPT 5.
Right. But to me, I believe it's moving fast, but it's moving fast in an organic and natural way, right?
Well, it's being pushed because, okay, so OpenAI was a nonprofit organization. Mm-hmm. Now they are not, right? So something changed.
Yeah.
Something changed in there.
Yeah.
So what is it? Is it ethical things? And now Sam is like, you know what? I want to push it. And the board is like, yo, Sam, chill. Mm-hmm. Right? And Sam doesn't want to chill. Sam just wants to see the billions.
Right. And
maybe because...
There's so much moving parts in the story. Also, several amount of employees are looking to follow Sam out the door as well.
Right.
And then there's another report. For me, it's behind a paywall that there's like two reasons why he was ousted. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. So that would be that is the news to follow of Thanksgiving. I do hope that if they celebrate Thanksgiving, they have a great time with their family.
It's like a soap opera.
But it is like a soap opera because I mean, OpenAI, ChatGPT is a big boy in town.
Yeah.
And Microsoft Bing is pretty awesome too. So now Sam is going to Microsoft. What's gonna happen? Right, to the Microsoft suite of products.
And if the employees follow suit.
Yeah, one already followed him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? We're over here talking. Let's see what the family thinks.
OpenAI news made me laugh way more than it should.
Yeah.
Yes, I kind of sort of agree with you there, Dan. Paul says over 650 OpenAI employees are now threatening to walk out.
Yeah, so I mean, there has to be something behind, not just, because he was moving too fast. Mm-hmm. There has to be something else.
Yeah, there's other reasons why. AG says it's like an episode of Silicon Valley.
It is an episode of Silicon Valley.
Telenovela. And Spacha saying, I like how you started the show on LinkedIn. Thank you. Oh, nice.
Aw,
Thank you,
and
Spacha.
thank you, Alberto. Spotcha. Yeah.
Rainy Cajun is chiming in. Like electrons through a GPU, these are the days of AI.
You know, and I just want to know what's coming, and you know that Elon is in the SpaceX also.
Yes.
So there's a lot of, like you mentioned, a lot of moving pieces that who knows what's going to happen. How is this going to impact all of us, you know, creators, in terms of now we're so used to ChatGPT. Where are things going to be changing in terms of pricing? Right? Because that's one of the things that we care about.
Right.
And then also, there's so many apps that have ChatGPT integrated in it. So any changes that happens to ChatGPT will go across the board, will influence any other app that is running ChatGPT.
Right.
Yeah, so let's stay tuned for that.
2024 will tell.
Or no,
Sooner than
listen,
later.
there's still, it's like playing basketball, right?
Yeah.
It's still like 10 seconds. We are a month away and a half from the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's OpenAI shows.
Wait, but what's that awesome, what things said?
Most things that Microsoft touches doesn't do well.
Oh, boy.
And it's safe for us to say this in this safe space as an Apple community. We're allowed to say those things.
I like Bing. Bing is all right. Bing is all right. So, Victor, what was it that Victor said? What's OpenAI?
Right.
I mean, there's so many alternatives to ChatGPT, but people keep coming back to ChatGPT.
Yes.
So,
Elon was a former board member of OpenAI. Roy is here. Roy, hello. Good
hello,
to see
Roy.
you here.
Right, he was. So who knows what happened with Elon and all that? Because, I mean, speaking about what? Okay, speaking about that also, and how apps are going to be influenced by this, Discord just dropped their, what was the name of the name
Clyde?
of their Clyde? Yeah, so cute. He was a cute little. Do we have his picture? Yeah, look at how cute he was. He was a cute little chatbot, and it is gonna get discontinued. It's gonna be put to, how would you say a robot? It's gonna be disconnected?
Yeah, shut down.
It's gonna be shut down. Is there another word for it more dramatic? It's gonna be unplugged?
Disabled.
It's gonna be done.
Disabled.
It's gonna be done. So he just lasted for a couple of months. He was only there from March going on.
Yeah.
And the way, when I was reading it, you guys, the way they had this word. What was the word that he would be invoked? And Clive would be invoked by just saying at Clive. Invoked. Like that, probably that did it, you know? That probably threw off a lot of people.
Clyde ruffled some feathers in the Discord community, so they're back to the drawing board.
But for those of you
scrapped, disassembled. There's all these different ways to describe.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you guys. But for those of you who use Discord, do you ever get a chance to play or invoke Clyde? Paul, do you?
I think the Ecamm bot, Clyde has nothing on the Ecamm bot because you put one too many emojis and that's it for you.
It kills you.
So I don't know. Oh my gosh.
And this is okay. So they're saying that poor little Clyde is gonna be disassembled, scrapped in the basement, a la Westworld.
Yeah, they're gonna Westworld him. They're gonna Westworld Clyde. Poor Clyde.
But I mean, he probably was happy too to be let go of if people were not using him for the purpose he was built. You know, he was just there dormant.
Right.
Just waiting for people to invoke him.
Discord was not ready for Clyde. So.
It wasn't.
Yes.
It wasn't. But okay, so speaking of, again, for those of you who just tuned in, we have an amazing guest today. And you're all going to love him. He has an incredible journey where he started searching for a way that he can live stream in Facebook. And he went through a whole test of journeys and things like that. And that journey led him to where he is now. So you guys are going to be very inspired by his journey.
Cannot wait.
Yes. So before that, let's talk about again other things that happened this week, right? You wanna cover that?
Go ahead.
The Stanley Cup, Stanley bottle. How many of you, is that the way you pronounce it? Yeah, Stanley. There's a video that went viral. Yeah, there's a video that went viral. Probably you have already seen it. But these are the things that happen. That's the thing that a video can do. I'm pretty sure that the lady did not expect what happened.
I'm in disbelief seeing this. So let's share this with the fam right here.
Everybody's so concerned about if the Stanley spills. But what about the milk?
Wow.
It was on a fire yesterday. It still has ice in it.
Holy cow.
Okay, so to give you, just in case those of you
Holy
who
cow.
haven't seen this video, this lady unfortunately had a fire in her car. The car was a Kia, and it was as you saw, it was destroyed. But the Stanley Cup water bottle was intact. It still had ice inside after that fire. So she posted that video. The president of the Stanley company viewed it, and here's his response to that.
Fire yesterday. It still has ice in it.
Hey Danielle, my name is Terrence Riley. I'm the president of Stanley. And we've all seen your video. Wow, what an ordeal. And we're all really glad you're safe. Thanks for sharing the video because, wow, it really shows how our Stanleys are built for life. Because what it went through with you, I couldn't think of a better example of our product's quality. But anyway, we're glad you're safe. I've seen a lot of comments that we should send you some Stanleys. Well, we're gonna send you some Stanleys. But there's one more thing. We've never done this before, and we'll probably never do it again, but we'd love to replace your vehicle. Yeah, all of us at Stanley, we'd really like to replace your vehicle. So check your DMs for details. Thanks, be safe, cheers.
All right, so I'm like, okay. Right, I'm pretty sure that she did not expect that.
No.
When I saw that video, you know how sometimes because you just like you're desensitized and you look at videos and you look at things and you're like, no reaction. This one had me going like, oh my gosh, yes, right? Imagine just as an aftermath, how many sales that guy is gonna have, that company is gonna have now.
Oh yeah.
And the cups are not expensive at all.
Right.
They're like $35.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's a good job, Stanley President.
Shout out to Stanley.
Good job. Yeah. So, do you guys have you seen this video? What do you think? What do you think about it? The power of video.
Paul says her latte was too hot.
Oh my gosh, Paul! There was still ice in the cup.
Will is here. Good to see you, Will.
Hi, Will.
Kimberly is here. Hello, Kim. Vacuum sealed aluminum cups are like magic. It's really science, but it seems like it's magic.
I see. But I mean, there are other cups out there. Who knows if it would have just...
Right. It's because like I have mine over here. My bootleg Stanley over here. Reduce.
You gotta go. Wait, you gotta go at full speed.
Reduce. I'm pretty sure this whole thing will melt. My plastic will melt. All the toxins will go in here, and I can never use this again.
I guess it has to be aluminum, right? What is that? Vacuum sealed aluminum.
But the paint stayed on and everything.
Yes,
too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like everything is. That's what they should make iPhones out of.
Yeah.
That can withstand everything. But that was amazing. Great job.
Yes, AG, I will not try to burn my car to test
don't
it
do
out.
it, yeah.
I will not. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you for
and
the
then
advice.
And then also with things says I used to
use the Yeti.
And the Yeti,
That was a Yeti.
Yeah.
Stanley Yeti.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah, the Yetis they're a weapon too. They can be used for multiple purposes, for real.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Powder coating. It's powder
Got
coating,
it.
yes.
Okay. Hello, Michelle.
Michelle, good to see you here.
So yeah, awesome. What things is powder coating, and AG says all I can say is wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's amazing. It's great stories, right? Great, happy.
Absolutely.
She's gonna be a happy woman. Nothing happened to her. Her
Un-
kids were
unlim-
not there.
Unlimited supply of Stanley and a new Kia. So
She probably
cannot
will
go wrong.
offer no Kia.
Huh?
She probably doesn't even want a Kia.
Right, doesn't want a Kia
but
anymore.
Kia's gonna happen. What's gonna happen to Kia is the opposite of what happened to Stanley.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
Kia
that's
has
true.
been getting a lot of I'm
Bad-
sorry
bad,
for those of you who own a Kia. I'm sorry. I'll take everything back. Just
Yeah, but
do your
they've
research.
been in some news lately.
Yeah. Like here in Syracuse, they had to add what was it? Like the mayor had to make an announcement about Kia because Kias were getting stolen and just
Stripped.
Yeah. There's just, what is it about the Kias then?
I don't know. We digress.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, it is time to bring our amazing guest on. Leslie, you say Leslie Samuel.
Leslie Samuel.
Leslie.
I like that.
I will call you Leslie. Leslie helps entrepreneurs achieve clarity so they can unleash their potential. With the right direction, anyone can achieve the impossible. Since 2014, he has been working with some of the top content creators and digital marketers to help them grow their businesses.
These high achievers shine in various niches such as marketing, homeschooling, personal finances, meal prep, and others. However, they all have the following in common. They have great ideas, they're willing to put up the work, and they aim to have a positive impact on the world.
Without further ado, here is Leslie! Fam, say hello to Leslie, especially those of you who were at Creator Camp. Leslie was the MC there, and what an amazing job he did.
Yes.
Yes,
Well, thank
Leslie.
you very much. It's so good to be here. What's up, Ecamm Fam?
Yeah, so here we go. Leslie, you're as we were saying earlier, your trajectory has been nothing but inspiring. We watched your videos from when you had what was it? Wirecast?
Wirecast.
Wirecast?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to call those names on the stream? I don't know.
You chose Ecamm at the last for
Yeah.
for your
Yeah.
7 years ago.
Yeah, because we know where we stand, so it's
Right,
okay to
exactly.
mention the others.
all right, cool. Just making sure. I'm just making sure,
Yeah, I mean, but you tested them. You tested as they were coming out, and everyone.
Yeah.
So tell us about what was your goal back then when you were testing out all of those platforms to be able to, at that moment, live stream to Facebook.
Yeah, so I was really just, getting into going live. And I'm the kind of geeky, techie guy that when I want to learn how to do something, I'm going to go and explore. I'm going to check out the different programs, the different apps, the different services, and all that good stuff. And I had gotten into Wirecast, and I actually enjoyed it, kind of, somewhat, a little bit. But it's because I was a very techie guy. The problem that I was having is whenever I recommended Wirecast to someone and then I had to show them how to get it set up, it was kind of like pulling teeth. It was so complicated that it didn't make sense for the average person. So I find out about this Ecamm live thing, and I remember opening up the app. I remember opening it up, and it said go live. So I was like, all right, let's see what's gonna happen. And I pressed go live, and then I was live, and I was like, oh shoot, I'm live. And it was like, I like to try things out in public just because I want people to see what I'm doing as I'm doing it so we can learn together. And I remember dragging something on the screen. In my mind, that wasn't gonna do anything, but I'm just gonna try different things. And I dragged it on the screen, and it just appeared on the stream, and I was like, oh my goodness, what in the... It was so simple to do all the stuff that my mind was blown. And since then, this is the only program that I would use to go live. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah. And we have that video. We're going to add that link to the comments so you guys can check it out on, your leisure. But it is amazing how it was great to see how genuinely surprised, pleasantly surprised also you were. Because I mean,
was.
Yeah.
I did not because I was so used to Wirecast, right? I was used to having to build everything out and the complicated steps that it used to take, the way it used to make my fans just go like crazy. There was so many technical details to get it to look professional. Now, I had a professional looking stream because I understood how to do it. But I was so used to that in my mind, well, if you want to have a professional looking stream, it's gonna be complicated because that's just how it is. And then I try Ecamm Live and I type words and the words just appear. I bring in a lower third and all of a sudden it's there. I'm like, but I didn't do anything. I just put it and it's like it was that simple. And what's fascinating is this was early days, right? This is when it's just getting started. There's a lot that's been added. There's a lot of things that's been simplified since then. But from the very beginning, what it had going for it was the simplicity. And I just love that. And I love it today still.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So you first, when you had Wirecast, right? And then you were trying to, you will have your phone with you. I remember those days, right? We will have our phones to check comments. And then you will have another screen. And then you kept testing. Exactly. Right?
Yep, you have to have multiple screens to do that, and then I don't even. It was so complicated, and I literally haven't even gone back since. Like it's not like I found Ecamm Live and I was like, okay, let me teach people the Ecamm Live while I do this more advanced stuff. It was like, nah, I'm done. I'm not gonna waste my time doing all this complicated stuff. So I don't even remember all of the complexities. I just remember that going live was a difficult thing, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. And it's still that way today. Yeah, there's all kinds of complex things that you can do, but you don't have to. You can literally just go live, and it's a beautiful man. I'm thinking back to like when I first started getting into technology and how complicated things are. Now we have our phones that can do so much. Now we have Ecamm Live that can make me look like I'm a television producer that knows what I'm doing or something of that sort. It's mind blowing to me the kinds of stuff that we can do today that years ago, it would have taken hundreds of thousands of dollars to make that happen. It's just, we live in an amazing time. And now, y'all were talking about AI and all that stuff. And there's so much happening in the world now that allows people from anywhere to create content, to put it out there, to inspire others, to literally change the world, have an impact from in your home office right now. I know you probably thought I was in this professional TV. No, I'm in my office. My kid's bedroom is right next door. But the fact that we can just create content and put it out there and have that kind of an impact, this is amazing. We're blessed to be alive in such a time.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go to the comments and check how everybody's excited that you are here. Some campers are shouting you out, so let's go.
Yeah, Roy says it's an amazing time to be a content creator. Yes. Victor says, I remember the early days of live streaming with Adobe Flash Media Live Encoder.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You went back.
Oh, my gosh. AG is saying hello. And Eric
What's
Mockler.
up, AG?
No one loves Ecamm. We're all addicted to it. That's worse.
That sounds about right.
Oh man. Adobe Flash Media.
Another
Encoder.
one. Okay.
Wow.
Frustrating times.
Frustrating times. Oh man. Incoming comment from Paul. It's amazing what has happened to me since I first Oh yes. And a lot of us can attest to to that.
Yes, 100. We have AG saying, "Oh, there's Leslie." And then we also have we have I saw him at George right here. Leslie, nice to see you again.
Yeah, so the Creative
George.
Camp peeps are saying hello. Will is saying hello
Yes.
as well.
Good stuff, good
And
stuff.
Jeremy is saying Adobe Flash, try it when it was macro media.
Oh
Ooh,
wow.
Oh
my
man.
God.
Wow. You know,
You're
now
taking it back.
I get to understand all of you a little bit better if you used to use.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So so then Leslie, you continue your your trajectory, your testing, your your MC, which you're amazing, by the way, Ade. You're
Thank
very
you.
funny, engaging, keeping us all informed. In a nice way, but firm way, right? Appreciate
Yeah.
that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
And then you also teach biology, right? You have a
Absolutely.
skeleton
So-
back there.
Yeah, so I went to school for biology. I did a bachelor's in biology, and then I did a master's in neurobiology. And my thing, so when I was doing my master's, my goal was to become a university professor. So I did my master's, and I was going to go on for a PhD until I started doing my master's and realized something significant. And that significant thing was that I hated doing research. So you kind of need research. You need to do a little bit of research to get a PhD. So I said, you know what? Forget that. I'm not going to do it. I started teaching at a high school. And when I started teaching at a high school, I still had this drive to teach the kind of content that I would teach if I were a university professor. But I was learning about online business and blogging and YouTube and all this good stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm learning all these principles. I'm seeing people that are taking, technology and creating content and building businesses about it. Why not do the same thing for biology? Like, I don't need to have a PhD to teach people. I just need to teach people. So I started my YouTube channel. I started teaching people. I started creating content, simple videos, breaking down complicated topics in bite-sized chunks. And it did well, and it continues to do well. And that's a big part of what I do. I'm all about, listen, if we have knowledge, right? And this knowledge can help somebody else, why not share it? Why not create content? Why not go live? Why not make videos? Why not write that article? Why not do a podcast? Why not create content to help other people that are on a similar journey? So that's what I've been doing that for a minute. And I love it. I love being able to share from my knowledge, from my experience, to help somebody else that's trying to learn what I already know.
Yeah, I mean, let's give him a horn, please, because that is you just dropped so many amazing nuggets. You don't need to wait for permission to go live and teach and do what you want to do, right?
There's something that I always say, right? Because a lot of people, they have this dream for the job that they want to have, right? And oftentimes what would happen is they apply for these jobs and maybe they don't have the necessary experience. And what I say to that is, like, you don't need someone to give you any experience. You can create your own experience. Create your own experience and then go for that job. Show them what you did. Interestingly enough, when I did what I did, I started creating those videos at the university level. Next thing you know, that got me a job as a university professor in a doctoral program, teaching people that were getting their doctorates. I don't even have a doctorate, but I'm teaching people that are getting their doctorates based on my YouTube channel, my blog, and the stuff that I was creating. So when people tell me, yeah, I don't have the experience, I'm like, nah, what are you waiting for somebody to give you the experience? No, you create that experience. If you have knowledge, demonstrate your knowledge. Go live, make those videos, show people what you know and what you can do, because that goes a long way. So without a PhD, I still got the job, and then I left the job, but that's another story. But The fact is, I got a job teaching people that were getting their doctorates based on my YouTube channel and the content that I was creating. So we spoke a little earlier about the technology that we have available to us today. Well, this technology allows you to demonstrate your expertise. This technology allows you to show what you can do. So let's use it. I mean, you remember how easy it was? I dragged stuff on the screen and then it just appeared. You all know how it is because you're in the Ecamm Fam. You could do the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, for real, let's get it. And
Let's get it.
This is what's up. Because you have the tool. Like you said, you have an amazing tool in front of you, Ecamm Live, to do what you need to do to develop the content. You just need to do it.
That's right. Like you said, create your own experience.
You know? Yes. All right, let's go to the
That sounds like a
comments.
hashtag. That sounds like a hashtag. Create your own experience.
Create your own
Live
experience.
keying. We can do it right now.
That's
we can
it.
live key that hashtag.
We're gonna do it right now.
We're gonna do this. But
Because we can. I mean, we're using Ecamm Live. We can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Live keying. Boom.
Look at it right there. It just
Bam,
reminds.
look at that.
Bam.
Look at that, man.
That just reminded me on that video that you had, and you typed something. You're like, okay, oh my gosh,
Right.
it's already there.
Yes.
That is great. Let's go to the fam and see what the fam is doing, what they're thinking.
Listen, we opened up the floodgates about just these old technologies and all these things like that. So before that, Awesome What Thing says there's nobody in the middle. Go live yourself. Publish the book yourself. Yes. Hashtag
Yes.
create your own experience. Yes.
Absolutely.
Paul says it's very important to follow Leslie's instructions. So that's a flashback from the Creative Camp. Macro Media Director was all the rage in the late 90s. You even had to build the button up and down states manually. It was crazy. Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Victor says, I started streaming live with Justin TV, now called Twitch, many moons ago. It's crazy how much has changed over the years.
Wow,
Oh,
look
yes.
at
Indeed.
the Twitch CEO. I think that was the one who replaced Sam from OpenAI.
Oh.
That's what I
really?
think. Yeah, that's what they said. The Twitch is in the article.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm behind on the soap opera. I need to catch up on the soap opera. Uvi Baye Johnny, good to see you here. And iCast Enterprise, I got the job, then I left the job. Love it.
Yes, I mean, like once you got it right, you were like, you know what? I need more time to create my own content, my own thing, right?
That's it.
Exactly. I did that. So we can move on now.
Check. So all right, so then now let's bring it to the future, right? To the present moment. You were in podcast, so you had your show and it was all audio. Now, today being the first day that you release your video podcast, can you explain to us what made you go to that direction and do video podcasts as well?
Awesome. So when I started a podcast like way back in 2009. And I started it because I wanted to be able to share my thoughts in a more, nobody, at least back then, right? Nobody wanted to watch a 50-minute video on YouTube, but they listened to a 50-minute podcast. But not just that. I wanted to start a podcast way back then, and I wanted to be as easy as possible, as simple as possible. I was teaching. I was building my online business. I was busy. So I got a bunch of equipment, set it up so that I could do my podcast without having to edit it, and it was awesome. It was fun. I could just talk about stuff that I was passionate about. I could interview people and all that good stuff. And I love doing the audio podcast. But now, I mean, wait, let's see, from 2009 to now, so it's been a little while since 2009, and the technologies have evolved, right? And when back then it was easier to do an audio podcast, now it's just as easy, if not easier, to do a video podcast. I mean, we sound like a broken record now, right? But with Ecamm Live, I can literally do like the same kind of thing. I'm producing my podcast on the fly. I'm switching things up, bringing graphics in and all that stuff. And when I'm done, I'm not editing the podcast. I'm just publishing the podcast. So now that the technology allows me to do that, just like it was allowing me to do the audio podcast in that way back then, in my mind, it just makes sense. Now you have a video podcast, you can repurpose that. I uploaded that today to Opus Clip, and it made like 20 different, used AI to make like 20 something different clips for my podcast episode. And I can go in and you know, edit it slightly, and it took me maybe like 20 minutes to come up with a good set of reels that I can now use on Instagram. I could put them on Facebook. I can use them as YouTube shorts. I mean, you can repurpose this content now in so many ways that it just makes sense. The video is relatively easy now. It's easier than it has ever been. So in my mind, it just made sense. If I'm gonna relaunch this podcast, because I had taken a break for a while, if I'm gonna relaunch it, I might as well relaunch it in a format where I can fully take advantage of all aspects. And video just makes sense to do.
Yeah, I mean, for real. And that's one of the things, broken record again, no shame, right? That with Ecamm, you can do you will have your audio and you have your video. So you can have both still, right?
Yep.
You can have your podcast and you can also have your video and do all the discoverability with all the repurposing. That is, you know, yes. And for those of you who would like to catch Leslie's new podcast, Leslie, where can they find you?
Yeah, man, they can hit me up on my YouTube channel at I am Leslie Samuel. And on there, the most recent video is the podcast that was just posted today. It's going to be a weekly podcast, so it's going to go live every Monday. You can check that out. Of course, you can find the name of the podcast is Learning with Leslie, so you can find it in any podcast directory under that name, Learning with Leslie. And you know, it's all about, you know, the concept that I'm going with for this podcast now is this: a lot of us talk about entrepreneurship. And we look at entrepreneurship kind of like this isolated bucket that's separate from our personal lives, our health and fitness, our emotional, our spiritual, our all this kind of stuff. And I really do believe that all of this is connected, right? If I want to live a fulfilled life, I want to be making sure that I'm not doing things in my business that is harming me at home. I'm not doing things at home that's harming me in my business. I'm not, you know, letting my health just go crazy, because that's going to affect my home life. It's going to affect my business life. It's going to affect everything. These things are all interrelated. So what I want to do is I want to go a little deeper than just talking about how to build an online business. I want to talk about building an online business in a way that can have an impact, and how to balance that with what we're doing at home with our family and so on. I want to have a more holistic approach to entrepreneurship. That's number one. But number two, one of the things that I realize is I learn so much by talking to people. And when I'm talking to people, it's not about me telling them how to do things. It's about me getting to understand where they are, what they're doing, how they got here, because there's so much that I can learn from you. So I want to have these conversations that allow us that challenge us, that make us go a little deeper and explore different aspects of what it means to live a fulfilled and impactful life. So that's what we got going on with the podcast.
Yeah, you know, Leslie, you hit so many points there, because as an entrepreneur, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know how sometimes, if we're not careful, we are doing really well on our business, but our family life is a little shaky, right? Because we haven't. So learning how to do that is just. Thank you for doing that for us entrepreneurs, because some of us need it. We need to be reminded, because you know it goes in stages. Sometimes we might be on point with our balance. Other times we just lose it because we lose sight of things as life starts. Exactly. But today your podcast actually mentioned, if it's okay with you, if we can talk about the apps that you mentioned. for productivity and for helping out, because you were talking about social media, how social media can be good, but then at the same time, if we're not careful, it can also hurt us. And you have some tools that you suggest for us to use to help us out with that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm the person that believes that social media is a tool, and a tool can be used for good and a tool can be used for bad. So I try to find ways to manage what I do on social media so that I make sure that I'm using my time wisely, and I'm not letting social media control me. I am in control of my habits. So there are a few apps that I use. The first one is called this one is actually a Chrome extension. It's called the Newsfeed Eradicator. Now, I don't know about anybody else. Maybe this isn't your problem. Maybe it's just me. But sometimes I could go to Facebook or Instagram or whatever and just scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll forever and ever. What this does is it actually takes away the newsfeed. You can get on Facebook and you can go on Facebook and browse around on Facebook and all that good stuff, but you don't have this endless news feed there. And it 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 and it.
Are we back?
Yeah, I think we lost Leslie. So
Well,
we'll wait for
Leslie's
Leslie.
gonna come again, but it's true.
But I was watching that video earlier today, and that thing is so awesome that you go to your Facebook and you're just met with a quote, and the quote will regenerate every time. So the newsfeed is not there, and hopefully Leslie can come back on. But also Leslie also mentioned that he went as far as to not have any social media apps on his phone whatsoever. So on his mobile phone, Leslie has no social media apps.
Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Listen, the app was like, listen, Leslie.
They heard me. They were like, no, don't share those apps.
Right.
We can't tell the people about this stuff. Oh my goodness. We got to do this quick then. Okay, so. It's hilarious. So the first one, a Chrome extension, it's called Newsfeed Eradicator. It replaces your newsfeed with an inspirational quote. I like this because, hey, I want to be proactive about how I use Facebook. If I want to check out what Anna has going on, I want to go to your profile and check that out because I know myself, I can get easily distracted. There's another app called Self-Control. This is a Mac-only app, and that Self-Control app, what it will do is I can say for the next hour or the next 5 hours or the next 24 hours, I don't want to be distracted. I put certain sites on a block list like Facebook, Instagram, whatever the case might be, YouTube if you want to do that. And when you press start, it will block all those sites. Those sites will no longer exist for the duration of time. The only way you can get to those sites is within that time is by like formatting your hard drive. I don't know what it does, but it basically makes it impossible for you to check those sites during that time. So that's another one that I use. And then there are a few more, like Burn Feed is a Safari extension. That's one that I use. And another one called Focus. A lot of them do similar things, but they basically allow you to block certain aspects of these sites so that you're not wasting as much time. I find whenever I can use a technology to take away some of that temptation for me, it helps me to be more productive.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, the apps, they have done the research, all the apps, and how to keep us in. Because
Absolutely.
I try being very, I don't know about you all, I don't know about you, but I try being very focused. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go to Facebook to answer this one thing. And
then you're all over the place.
I'm like, and then the one thing that I went to do, I didn't do it. I'm like,
Yes.
Are you kidding me? So it is annoying to say the least. So I try not even to go in there, or I write it on a sticky note and I have it on my hand, and then I go there and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. But the apps that you have suggested, I'm gonna give it a try. You said that you tried some, so you checked that out.
No. I was watching Leslie's podcast and I saw
okay.
the Eradicator, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then every time you refresh, you're met with an inspirational quote. But also you mentioned that you don't have any social media apps on your phone at all.
Nope, I get rid of them. For me, having them on my phone is a bit too much for me. Now, maybe someone else, I just find that it's so easy to be with my kids and then open up Facebook or open up Instagram, or I'm out with some friends and I'm on these platforms. I say, you know what, forget that. I'm just gonna take them off my phone, and when I feel like going on that, I will have to take a little more effort, but I'll go to my laptop, I'll open up my browser, I'll type in facebook.com, I'll go directly there. That to me just helps me be a lot more focused when I'm in the real world.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And as I was mentioning behind the scenes, I'm reading a book by, it's called Atomic Habits. And it is an incredible book, and it talks a lot about that. It talks about blocking like focused time where nothing else, right? You prioritize that, and then nothing else will get in that space. You're just gonna use that space for a specific task that you're doing, mostly like prioritizing it. That has been helping me a lot with that. Another thing that they suggested was to have one device only where you check social media. And that's something that you mentioned right now that's working for you. Yeah.
Exactly. I started to realize that I was so easily distracted. I started to realize that I was spending so much time. You look at your screen time on your phone, and I was spending so much time on, I say certain things are my priority, but when you look at the time, I realized that the things that I was spending a lot of time on were not the things that I value the most. So in my mind, the question is, how do I flip that script? And by using some of these very practical means, we can reduce that significantly without having to put as much effort in. And whenever I can remove some of the effort and make the things that are more harmful for me less of a temptation, I'm all about it.
Yeah, that's what's up. So let's go to the comments and see what the fam. What are some techniques that you use to stay productive, to eliminate distraction? Please share it in the comments, because we all need to learn what we're doing.
Yes.
To survive social media.
Ketcha is here saying wonderful. Way to go, Leslie. Good to see you, Ketcha. And Marcio is here. Our Ecamm Fam was just tuning in. And then Victor says, I have no kids or friends, so the social apps do not interfere.
Oh, man.
And Mike Reed is here. Oh, Ecamm is in the building.
Yeah.
I conducted my first webinar in 2006 with dial-up.
Yes.
Oh, wow. That must have been very interesting, even though that... Maybe back then it wasn't that graphics weren't that heavy, and
it was like normal.
There was no interview,
and we're used to like a 10-minute dial-up.
So when I started my YouTube channel for my biology stuff, I was living in like this remote location where we had high-speed internet that was 1 megabit per second, and I remember whenever I'd create a video, I'd have to upload it. So what I would do is I would start uploading it today, so that hopefully by tomorrow when I wake up in the morning, it didn't get disconnected overnight. And the video was almost uploaded. It was a pain in the behind. That wasn't that long ago. But yeah, we were in the middle of nowhere, and the internet was, so I feel that. I feel that, Mike. I feel the pain.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
How far we've come.
Yes.
Yes.
I know how far we've come. And it's Keisha. I'm pronouncing it like the Haitian way. Sorry, Keisha. That was powerful. The things that I'm spending most of my time on are not the things that I value the most.
Yes. That's exactly it.
And we have to write them down and block those times, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just block them. So yeah, that's the thing. I mean, so Leslie, 2024 is coming. Prior to that, we have Vlogmas that starts in December. Are you familiar with Vlogmas, Leslie?
I've heard about it. I haven't participated in it, so fill me in.
Okay, so Vlogmas is typically, right, it would be a video a day in the month of December, where the fam will get to try different things that they wanted to try, whether it is, for example, editing video or going live or whatever it is that they need to do. So that's happening in December. This December is going to be different. Because in 2024, Ecamm is going to be theme, right? It's going to be all about workflows, right? Workflows, like the things that we're talking about now. Like, okay, what's your workflow when you are creating? What is your workflow when you're going to go live? What is your workflow when you're doing your content creation and things like that, right? So for Vlogmas, we're getting the fam ready for 2024. Right? Where we're going to be, we have a week that's going to be dedicated to them cleaning their studio. Another one is going to be dedicated to creating profiles that are going to be ready for them to do different things, right? So what advice do you have for them to get them ready to tackle all of those things, right? Because it's going to be a little bit of work, but they're going to be ready for 2024 when they do this.
Oh, first of all, I love the idea. I love the concept. In terms of advice that I would have, if you're anything like me and anything like a human being, I think we often have the tendency to overcomplicate things. We try to make things as complicated as possible because the more complicated it is, sometimes we feel like we're accomplishing more. Oftentimes, I find that the thing that holds us back the most is this. Don't overcomplicate things. Just get started. There are things that people are watching this right now, and there are things that they've been thinking about doing for a very long time that maybe they have not done. What I say is just do it. Like, just get in the mindset of, I'm just going to make it happen. And I'm not going to overcomplicate it. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to plan. I love the idea of workflows and creating efficient workflows because that makes things so much easier. And in that process, what you should be thinking about is, how can I get out my own way? And how can I just do what I gotta do? Just do this thing. Stop being scared. Stop being overcomplicated. Just make it happen. And sometimes the best things come when we don't overthink it. We just make it happen.
Yeah, okay. There we go. And it's
I totally resonate.
Yes.
Totally resonate. with
How
that.
is that?
Because I started my journey on camera during Vlogmas of 2020, December 8th,
Nice.
2020. So prior to that, Leslie, I was doing a lot of work for my nonprofit at the time, behind the camera, doing their podcasts and live streams and panels and everything, all Ecamm style, right? But then I got inspired during Vlogmas, the first week of Vlogmas, by other creators, DJ Strick, Alicia Way, Doc, and just seeing everybody on camera every single day. I got inspired to do the same thing. So I found an excuse to go live on camera for the first time from my office on December 8th, 2020, and just showcasing some like updates I did, like for like overlays and all those things like that. I went live in the Ecamm Live community on camera for the first time, took a deep breath and just said, you know what, stop hesitating. Click go live and just see what happens. Everybody was supportive. And that very day is when I met Anna. The day that I went live for the first day is the day I met Anna. So
Yeah, so just click go live.
Special time.
You don't know.
Yo, go live now, y'all. Yo, what's wrong with you people? Did y'all just hear that? Go live now. Leave the stream. Go live quick. You never know what's gonna happen on the other end. No, that's a testimonial, yo. Ecamm Live's bringing people together. I love it. I never knew that. That is amazing. I love it.
Yeah. So we have Kimberly saying great advice, Leslie. We have
Guy is here. I said the word Haitian and Guy pops up on my Haitian peeps. And And we're still having these chats. AOL disc is in the mail.
Oh my gosh,
can you remember that?
AOL disc.
We used to get the disc in the mail. Oh my gosh.
Wait, was that?
That was great.
Was that the boot up disc?
Yeah.
Was that the boot up? Okay. Or to
I
download.
think like the disc would be like the latest version or something like that, or
Yep, to go online.
Yeah.
Yep, and then you have to dial up and oh my goodness.
yes,
All right.
yes, and
Y'all
Jeremy.
are showing your age, y'all.
we all showing our age here. And Jeremy says, dial up equals scream at your roommates, don't use the phone. You're right,
Yeah.
you cannot use the phone while dialing.
Oh man.
Wow, we took it back. Back.
Wow, I mean, but this is the thing, right? Like, look at, we can appreciate all of this. Can you imagine now that the internet is just a little bit slow and we're already freaking out? We're forgetting.
Yeah. We're forgetting
where we came from.
We forget our roots.
Yeah.
Got spoiled.
All right, so Leslie, before you go, do you want to share any Black Friday deals that you want to find out there? Is there anything special that you're looking for?
I am looking for nothing. This is the problem when you get around the Ecamm Fam. Someone goes live, and that's the thing. I didn't say I'm not gonna buy anything. I said I'm not looking for anything. But what's gonna happen is I'm gonna go in the Facebook group. Luria will go live, and she has this amazing prompter, and I'll be like, oh shoot, what is on sale? Click.
Right.
You know how easy it was to go live with Ecamm Live? That's how easy it is for me to get distracted by these Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
For real, especially when there's so many great specials going on right now. We have courses by Alec. We have graphics with Loria. We have graphics as well. Who else? Brantley has graphics. Who else has?
And all the brands, they all have some deals going on. Elgato, Victor says Rode has a nice deal going on.
If you're looking for a microphone,
yeah. Mm-hmm. The gas. The gas will start seeping in.
And the thing is, like, if you need it, exactly. Right, you get it. If you don't need it, if you just, like, oh my gosh, I wish, keep dreaming. Wish is always good to just do that, right?
Right.
If you don't need it, you don't need it.
If you don't need it, you don't need it.
Just don't get it.
Yeah. Last year,
I'm trying to convince I'm looking around and I'm trying to convince myself with all this equipment that's around me, I don't need anything else. That's what I'm trying to convince myself. It might not work, but that's what I'm trying to convince myself.
Yeah.
Okay, so Leslie, if it doesn't work, what is it that you're looking for?
Let's see. I'm tempted to say it would be nice to have a fourth camera, but I think I'm good with cameras. But I can get tempted with another camera.
I was going to say, last year, instead of tech, we invested in more so in courses and whatnot.
Yeah.
There was some Black
nice.
Friday deals on courses.
Yeah.
And perfect segue for Alec. Alec has all of his courses available.
Yeah, I
on
definitely,
sale.
like, that's one of the things that I invest in a lot at the end of the year are courses.
Yeah.
I have, this one, because education is just, I mean, I know I've mentioned this before, but I follow this lady. She's amazing. She's a photographer, amazing speaker. And she also always has a sale during Black Friday. And I invested in her course. And her course costs, I'm not going to say percentage right now, but her course made me almost $25,000 this year. Just her course. And it was, I want to say, I don't know, a fraction of that. And that is just on education, right? You buy the course and then you have to apply it. And you have to apply everything that you're learning, and you will get your money back.
Yeah.
Because
that is something that I'm very big into, because there's always something new to learn. And what I've been doing for the last few months is I'm always going through a course. So right now, because I'm on my biology channel, I make a lot of music videos. I'm going through a course right now on Pro Tools, which is the recording software that I use in my studio here for making music. And I want to get better at it. I want to become more efficient at it. I want to basically improve my workflows. So I'm going through a course on that right now. When I'm finished with, right before that, I was going through some YouTube courses. When I'm finished with this one, I'm going to go through an AI course that I have queued up and so on. I love the fact that there's so much that we can learn today and so many resources to bring the learning to us, where I don't have to go to college and spend many thousands of dollars to learn these things. I could pay 50 here, a few hundred there, and so on, and get a really good quality education right here at home. It's a beautiful time to be alive, man.
It is.
Yes,
It is. And 100%. So let's go to the fam again, and then so that we can let Leslie go. It's already past the hour. So yeah, so let's
Jeremy says, Leslie, I say that all the time. Somehow I just bought a new mic and boom, although I already had 3 mics. And it doesn't help that last night DJ Strick was live testing out all these beautiful microphones. So
Oh, man.
the gear acquisition syndrome. And Victor says, I don't need 9 cameras, 6 microphones, but I have them. Never too much gear.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, fam. So again, you know how where to find Leslie if you are looking for amazing content, especially if you're an entrepreneur or even if you aren't, because the tips that Leslie is offering applies to all of us for in our journey. So Leslie, anything else you would like to say?
No, first of all, thank you, Ecamm Fam, for being Ecamm Fam and for being awesome. Thank you all for having me on this show. This was fun. I absolutely enjoyed it, and I just want to leave on this note. If there's someone watching this and there's something that they've been thinking about doing for a very long time, ask yourself this: what is the first step that I can take, and then just go and do it. Not like next week, not next month. Go and do it right now. Like take that extra 10, 15, 20 minutes and go and do that. And just continue doing that, and you'd be amazed at what you can accomplish.
Yes, amen to that. Yes, amen to that, fam. Thank you so much for being here with us. Tatiana, you caught us just as we were leaving.
Maggie.
Nice to see you.
Man,
Yes.
Maggie, thank you for being here. Everybody, we're going to leave you with the link here one more time for Leslie. So go ahead and watch that video. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. It's all the way, all his excitement throughout.
Yeah. And it just reminds you of the excitement that all of you had when you opened up Ecamm for the first time, and you get it, regardless of what version that you're on, you have that magical moment of oh my God, I cannot believe this is happening. So check that out.
Yes, for sure.
And we get that magical moment every time Ken and Glenn create a new update.
Right.
Yes.
Right, for sure.
Absolutely.
So there you go, fam. There is the link. Go ahead and watch it. Leave him comments there because you can still leave comments.
Exactly.
So Leslie can go back there.
I'm going to go to Facebook and I'm going to see so-and-so commented on Leslie's video from 7 years ago. That's awesome.
Leslie, thank you so much for spending time with us. We enjoy you so much. Thank you for sharing everything and sharing yourself with us. We will see you around in the community, and we're looking forward to see all the great content that you're going to be creating in 2024.
Absolutely, and thanks for having me.
Yes. Bye. Bye,
Leslie.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanksgiving! Gobble, 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 gobble.